Welcome, dear viewers, to Couch Warrior TV on YouTube. I am the Couch Warrior, and you are watching Aearnus Arcana, a Skyrim Let's Play. Well, welcome back, everyone. When last we left off, we had just finished fulfilling our third and final contract for the Dark Brotherhood, and specifically for Nazir. And we are now making our way back through the frozen tundra to the Dark Brotherhood lair, where we can collect the money we've earned and receive our next assignment. North. So our goal here is we need to get through this last remaining mountain pass and down into the valley below where the weather is a bit more temperate. I'm going to take this opportunity to stop at this mining camp. I can warm up a little by their fire before I continue. Can't hurt, because this this next run we've got to make through the mountain pass, we have no options. We pretty much have to go straight through. We are cutting through Labyrinthian again. That's our shortcut. And it's not as if Labyrinthian is actually a safe place to pitch a tent. So we need to get all the way through and out the other side in this run. So I'm going to do as much of it as I can at a running pace here. I want to thank everybody for all the kind words and comments I got from the last couple episodes. I was impressed with how many people actually contributed ideas or requested contracts from Fleet. I think I have a stack of 4 or 5 contracts right now. So I've got a pretty full dance card at this point. And they're all excellent targets. So I may go over those targets specifically in the next episode or two here, so we can kind of do a roundup of who's on our to-do list, so to speak. Fleet also has 1 or 2 individuals who are on his personal list that we're going to add to that as well. All right. Now, in the interest of time, because we don't have time to mess around in the frozen north here, I am going to try to get through here without disturbing any of the trolls this time. As you know, normally I like to mess with them a little bit. I am not going to mess with them this time. I'm going to avoid them all. So I'm taking a route here that's going to keep quite a bit of distance and objects, buildings or structures in between me and the trolls. At this point, I've already passed 3 trolls, and I've got 1 left at the exit here to worry about. Now, if I'm not getting too frozen, there is a trailhead that I would like to explore here in the valley. We passed it last time. I noticed it, and there's some kind of old Nordic structure jutting out of the ground, and then there's a trail that leads from it up into the woods. If I'm not overly frozen by that point, I might make a run up there and see if there's anything to loot. Okay. That was pretty clean. So yeah, right up ahead you can see there's this big stone structure. It actually looks like something from a barrow that's jutting out of the ground. Yeah, we are starting to hit the cold territory. I'm actually going to use a torch to keep warm at this point. It just helps take the edge off. It certainly doesn't combat all the effects of the cold weather, but it helps. Unfortunately, it also sticks out like a beacon. So the trail goes down here into the valley and comes up the slope here. We are always looking for a chance to make a little extra money, and if something presents itself along the trail, we will explore it. You can definitely tell that there's there's stones here that are consistent with a Nordic ruin or a temple or something. So we're going to come and explore this area. One of the things that Fleet is doing right now is he is really giving serious consideration to setting up a more permanent place to live. And in order for that to really work, we've absolutely got to have the money on hand to pay for the property. So we're looking for opportunities to make a little extra change. And this does look promising. Skyborn Altar. I don't know if those wisps are a threat or not. I'm going to assume that they are, so I'm just going to keep an eye on them. And here, this is our second exposure to a word wall. Interesting to consider, Fleet still doesn't understand what this means. All he knows is that he gets a strange feeling and he can read a language he's never heard of before. Okay, we're getting cold again. I think it's time to maybe take a potion or go back to the torch. As I mentioned in the last episode, we are making liberal use of our resist frost potions, and it helps, but it's only a temporary fix. So let's look and see if we can find a chest or something. These wisps make me nervous, but they're not attacking, so here we go. At least I don't think they are. Alright, this is all stuff we can sell and take all this. Maybe not the hammer, it's pretty heavy. So what are they doing? They make me nervous. I don't know if they're a threat or not. Can I go around the back? We'll see if we can go around the back of this word wall. Can you get up there? Go. Oh. No. Whoa. Dig shallow grave. Hello. Locate ancient black phoenix assassin, 1 of 5. Ah. Cool. This is actually a mod that I installed. Black Sacrament arrows, gauntlets, double damage with any weapon, Chaos Forge, human flesh, and a heart. Okay, that's cool. This is actually a mod that I installed a while back. I had sort of forgotten about it. I turned off the quest markers and forgot about it. It's called Arise, and it comes with a book, and then there's 5 locations to explore. Each one of those locations has equipment and artifacts from an ancient group of assassins that were called the Phoenix, and they were supposedly a subset or an offshoot, if you will, of the Dark Brotherhood. My assumption is that this may not be lore friendly. In fact, I don't think it is. I think it's somebody made a cool mod and is trying to tie it to existing lore. I installed it because I saw a lot of potential in the items and the weapons that were included, and we'll discuss it in further detail in future episodes. But there are a total of 5 burial sites of these ancient Phoenix assassins, and each one brings you a little bit closer to having a complete set of Phoenix assassin armor. I'm not particularly interested in the armor. In fact, I've seen images of it, and I'm not overly excited about the way that it looks. It's very nice, don't get me wrong. It's really, really nice. but it's almost too nice. That's part of the problem. I mean, it looks like it was machine made in a way, you know. But the enchants and the items and some of the stuff that comes with it, some of the things you can craft, are really, really, truly excellent. So this will be fun. This will be very fun. I was struggling with how I was going to integrate this into the story, so I hadn't done a ton of research. I knew that some of the sites were located near word walls or places where dragons would hang out, but I wasn't actually anticipating running into one by accident, so it kind of works it into our story pretty well. This is a little bit of ancient Dark Brotherhood knowledge that only Fleet will possess at this point, which is pretty cool, actually. Alright, I'm hoping we're going to warm up here. See how our field of vision is changing color? Things are washed out, things are blurry. Those are, you know, some of the side effects of basically being nearly frozen to death. So I think we probably couldn't have got out of the mountains any later. So look at this. Double sneak attack damage with any weapon. So now you can get that double sneak attack damage with any weapon you wield, not just a dagger. I don't see myself using a lot of weapons besides daggers and bows, but what I really like about it is the thought of taking those gauntlets and disenchanting them so that I can take that enchant that normally is reserved only for the Dark Brotherhood gloves and put it on any pair of gloves that I want to go with my particular assassin's garb. So what I'm really after is the flexibility associated with that. So that should be cool. I've always wanted to be able to take a set of gloves that I really like and put that enchant on them so that I could create really my own unique style of uniform or armor, if you will. Okay, we are going to sneak up through here. If you remember, we took out some of the bandits that were here last time we were through the area, the ones that were outside. We are going to borrow this fire and warm ourselves up. We made it through. Alright, we're warming up a little bit here. So again, the mod is called Arise. There are 5 burial locations, and at each location you get a piece of Phoenix Assassin armor. At each location you also get 2 spellbooks in the Conjuration constellation, and each one of those spellbooks allows you to basically summon a forge where you can create different sets of this armor. The armor is all basically the same form, but different looks on the same form. So if you really like to, you know, you don't have to take the items that are provided to you in the burial sites. You could disenchant those, and then you have, when you're all done, I think it is a total of 10 different forges that you can summon to create different variations on that armor. And some of the variations you can create on that armor are much more interesting than the default you're given. What I'm really after are the weapons. This ancient black sacrament Tonto is just a fabulous looking dagger, a really wicked looking dagger that comes with really good base damage, but can also be improved using simple steel smithing skills, which is where we're at right now. So I've been looking for ways to stick with steel and increase a little bit the damage that I do with those daggers. So when I get a chance, I'll gather the materials to craft that, and then we'll have a nice a nice dagger sort of weapon going forward. Whoa, misfire. Sorry about that. Sorry. Okay, last time I let these guys go, that was a while ago. But they're bandits. And you know how we feel about bandits. It probably bothered Fleet a lot leaving them behind last time he was through. So this time we're not going to let it go. So one down, we'll change position. Okay, we've got a mage, obviously. We can use these windows to kind of get a peek at what they're doing down in there. Now there's one in that window to our left, pretty sure. Okay. Let's put ourselves in killing position for number 2. It really is kind of a silly game mechanic, isn't it? So it's your imagination that your friends are lying on the ground with arrows stuck in them? Pretty vivid imagination. But what are you going to do? It's a game. It's a game mechanic we all get used to at some point, whether it's plausible or not. All right. Okay, we are going to slip down behind her. Death from above. That was savage. Oh boy. But it worked. All right, we feel completely warm too. That's good. Little exercise. Little warmth by the fire. Little gold, that's good. Some enchanted items, that's good. Lunar Forge. The Lunar Forge, okay. We'll keep that book. Light Armor Forging, we've already got that one, obviously. Okay. Our work here is done. Let's move down towards the lower part of the camp. Oh, we can take these too. Ah, rats. Let's see what we got going on here. I'm pretty sure I've got some garbage. I'm sure I also have a strength potions, although this tangled mess of a list I have makes it difficult to find. So perhaps I will use the filter feature here. I'll just put in STR. There we go. Okay, I got a couple of those, but before I take those, because those are great in a pinch, I'm going to see what I have that I can dump. I'm pretty sure I've picked up some junk along the way, so... Let's look here. I have so many hides and skins and bits of leather. I'm guessing somewhere in here I've got more garbage. That is garbage. Need a cooking pot. A huge cast iron cooking pot. I picked that up at Batild's house because it was... I thought I was gonna knock it off the table and make noise and wake her up, so I just grabbed it to secure the thing. Forgot to dump it. So that helped a little bit. That took off a couple pounds. It's us back at fighting weight. Okay, now let's head down here. There is a door down here to the left. There's got to be more bandits in there. Their souls too shall go to Sithis. Can hear him now.
Is someone there?
Oh yeah, someone's here. Bring on your buddies. He was tough brute. 3 arrows for him. Gold and lockpicks. Gold and lockpicks. Alright, can hear another one down here. Let's see if we can call him out. No? Oh, he must be down this passageway. Maybe I should try a scroll. I'm not really sure. I don't use scrolls a lot. I don't know if Dread Zombie is actually powerful enough to reanimate one of these bandits. It may not be, but I'm going to try it. No. Alright. Why don't we take a look at some of these other bows we have. This Bow of Frost. Fire, Frost, and Shock. These are interesting because in most respects they act the same as a normal bound bow, but the projectile explodes. And I like this for a couple different reasons. I like the additional damage associated with the exploding projectile. What I also like about it is the fact that it destroys the projectile. That wasn't a good view, but you could hear it shatter. The reason I like the destruction of the projectile is because you can shoot somebody dead with an arrow, and the arrow is completely gone. It's absent. They're just dead. And there's no sign as to how they were killed, which I think is really cool. I think it's perfect for assassinations. It's like literally doing a killing without a trace. I've often thought it would be cool if the arrows from the bound bow, because they were spell-based, would just disappear when the bow disappeared, but the arrows actually stay around, which I think is kind of weird. So there's something kind of appealing about, here you can see how it explodes. The fire one does the same thing. It's just fire damage, and then the electrical, obviously, electrical damage. Originally I got them because I just liked the idea of being able to have a unique bound bow spell and sort of recolor the spell to fit the image of Fleet's persona and do something unusual. It stands to reason that an arcane archer, if he's all about magic and he's all about archery, would have more than one option when it came to conjuring a bow. So now we've got 4 options, which I think is really cool. So in those cases where what you want to do is go into a place, eliminate everyone, and not leave a single trace, any one of those 3 bows would be a great choice, just because all the projectiles are eliminated. All the arrows are absent when you leave. It's as if you were never there. The only problem I've found so far is there's something about those spells that at my current level of stealth gives away my location. So I've had occasions where I go into a room with bandits with a bound bow, and I am not detected. If I go into the same room with the same bandits with the fire, frost, or electrical bound bow, I'm detected right away. So I'm not sure if there's some sound associated with it or what's being detected there. But regardless, I like the look of it. I mean, that bow just looks really great. Green and white. The fire one looks great too. I haven't even tried the electrical base damage bow yet, but I'm looking forward to doing that. Well, we made it, ladies and gentlemen. You can see Whiterun in the distance. In the next phase of our venture, we will pick up in Whiterun. We are going to sell some things, we're going to make some things, and get ready for the next leg of our journey, which will take us down to Falkreath and back to the Dark Brotherhood. So, we've reached the end of another episode. Thank you for taking the journey with me, and until next time, may all that you do be swift, quiet, and deadly. And to all Skyrim assassins, I salute you. Silence is our battle cry. You've been watching Aranis Arcana, a Skyrim Let's Play. If you liked this video, please rate, like, and subscribe. For more information on this and other Couch Warrior broadcasts, visit me on the web at www.couchwarrior.tv.